Hey everyone, it's Matt, and this video is going to be strictly for anybody who has a partner suffering from retroactive jealousy. What should you do if your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever is suffering from very bad case of retroactive jealousy? Now, I did a video on this previously, and it was actually like, I think the third video or something that I had ever even made on YouTube, period. And I remember I did it right at the start of the 2020 pandemic, and I didn't think it would gain much traction at all, but it ended up being one of my most popular videos. So I wanted to kind of add on to it and also give you the pleasure of watching me talk about the subject without the distraction of my quarantine buzz cut. I understand this can be an extremely tough, painful, confusing situation to be in because you see your partner is going through a lot of pain. And I'm sure, you want to help them, but really nothing that you say or do seems to be able to do much help at all, right? And worst of all, that they might even be putting some of the blame on you for how they feel, right? You might be getting questioned all the time about your past. You might be getting maybe even like your privacy violated, maybe even being punished or shamed for the things that you did even before the two of you met. In this video, I want to show you exactly what steps you can take to help out your partner. Not only that, but help out yourself and help out your whole relationship from the clutches of retroactive jealousy. So the goal by the end of this video is for you to have a much better understanding of how you can move forward in your life and relationship and allow both of, you to get back to feeling the love, the freedom, and the joy that both you and your partner deserve. Before we take a deep dive into this, I would really appreciate it if you could click the little thumbs up button below, because YouTube algorithm loves it. And then it will promote this video out to more partners of retroactive jealousy sufferers who really need to hear this information. So it would mean a lot to me if you could support this channel and support the other partners out there as well by just smashing that like button right now. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So at this point in your relationship, I'm guessing things have been very difficult, to say the least, and you've been, you've put up with a lot. We'll say that you've put up with a lot. And again, I'm sure you've been put down and blamed for a lot of what your partner is going through, but it's important to always remind yourself that this isn't your fault. Even if your partner blames you for how they are feeling, they are in the wrong. It has 100% everything to do with their own problems, their own insecurities, and their own fears and judgments. They are stuck in this OCD thought loop and experiencing a ton of different painful emotions. And it's common for us to want to externalize our problems, right? And blame others for how we feel. But understand, no matter what, this is not your fault. So don't ever for 1 second wish or, tell your partner that you wish you could go back in the past and change any relationship or encounters you had, because simply put, if you were to change anything about the past, you and your partner would not have met. Everything that you and your partner have ever done, past relationships, past one-night stands, past anything, it all paved the way for the two of you to meet. Now, you're probably experiencing a lot of Q&A sessions, right? Your partner, I'm sure, is constantly wanting to ask you questions about your past. Maybe get reassurance and try to understand your reasoning or thinking behind anything you've ever done. And this was a big behavior for me when I suffered from retroactive jealousy. I asked my partner every question you could possibly think of. Why did you do this? How could you do this? Why did you do it with this guy? He's ugly and gross. Why would you drop to his level? What types of things did you say to each other? Where did you go with each other? The questions go on and on and on. And I can't tell you how many times I made my partner cry because I just kept pressing and pressing for answers and questioning them non-stop. Here's the thing though, you shouldn't answer these questions. These questions act as compulsive behaviors behind your partner's retroactive jealousy, OCD. Your partner thinks that by asking these questions, they are going to ease the pain they are feeling. That's exactly what I thought would happen when I suffered. The more I know, the better I'll feel. So I need to know everything. The truth is, it will not work. It will not work. Once your partner gets the answer to the question, it will then create 30 more questions for them to ask, okay? The questions never, ever, ever end, and they will never get the relief they seek. So if your partner is pressuring you with questions, it is best to tell them that you will not answer them. That answering them is going to make their condition worse, and it will never lead them to feeling any relief whatsoever. Hopefully your partner will understand that asking questions only makes their OCD worse. But if they haven't grasped that idea yet, and they get angry at you for not answering, direct them to these videos. Direct them to this channel or a similar one. It's very important that they're educated on what retroactive jealousy is and what it takes for them to actually overcome it. Another thing you might be experiencing is your privacy getting violated. Your partner may have gone through your phone. They may have gone through your social media. They may have gone through could just be old photos and belongings that you've had. Again, all of this is being done because your partner thinks they can get relief if they figure things out and get answers. Well, spoiler alert, this won't work. And it's not okay to do. Not only will this make their retroactive jealousy worse, but it's going to create a lack of trust in your relationship. It's important that you tell them it's not okay to do these things and set some boundaries, because if you don't, they will just continue to do this. This can be a tough conversation to have, but again, it's absolutely crucial if you want this relationship to work and you want your partner to get better. Now, you also want to watch out for things that might trigger your significant other, especially if your partner is in recovery. You want to try your best not to talk about your past relationships or past sexual encounters, things like that. This isn't to say you'll have to do this forever, although I don't necessarily know why it would be important to talk about your past, even if they don't have retroactive jealousy. But anyway, for right now, it's best to enjoy the relationship that you have now and not bring up things from the past. If for some reason you accidentally, trigger them, right now, don't worry about it too much. You can easily have a conversation with them and apologize, and then simply, hop back right back onto the horse and just keep going. There's also going to be times your partner is experiencing some pretty bad days or pretty bad moments. Moments where they are really going to want to ask a question. Moments when they're really, really gonna want to do some type of compulsive behavior, but they are refraining from doing so. They are doing everything right in this case. They are doing everything right in the situation, but the feeling still sucks. You might look over, if you're on the couch or whatever, and see them suffering a little bit. And it's okay to ask them if everything's okay, but if they say, they don't want to talk about it, or, maybe they actually come out and say, yeah, I'm fine, I'm just having some really anxious thoughts right now, just respect that and try not to pry them for more answers or say things like, oh, please explain, you can tell me anything, don't you feel comfortable? Because it's important that you allow them the space to let the emotions pass on their own, because that is the most literally perfect practice in overcoming retroactive jealousy is feeling the emotion itself, not giving into a compulsive behavior, and letting the emotions pass. So it's important that you just kind of let them be in that case and let them continue their internal work that they are doing. Now, this next part is a little tough to talk about, but it's very important to hear this. If you've tried everything to be a supportive partner, and your partner still doesn't want to try to overcome retroactive jealousy, if they don't want to seek any help at all, if they refuse to admit they have a problem and just continue to blame you and say it's your fault and make you feel like a horrible person, it may be time to move on from this relationship. Since you've stuck around this long with your partner, they owe it to you to get some help and start this process for recovery. If they are unwilling to do that and just continue to put you down day after day and make your life miserable, you deserve so much more than that, and it's time for you to move on. Sometimes it takes something like this situation for your partner to realize that they need help and they are in the wrong. And I've seen couples break up due to retroactive jealousy, and the sufferer is then able to see the error in their ways, and then they put in the work and overcome RJ, and then like 6 months later, the couple gets back together. And I'm not saying you have to do this by any means, but consider this as an option if you've really tried everything possible and your partner is still trying to punish you and put you down. Okay, now that we've covered all that tough, bothersome stuff and get that out of the way, it's time for a little bit of fun. Okay, it's time for the fun stuff. The road to recovery with retroactive jealousy can be a great bonding experience for you and your partner. The fact is, if you can overcome this condition together, there isn't anything you guys can't handle as a couple. Now, I always recommend to retroactive jealousy sufferers to take up meditation on a daily basis. Okay, meditation is so powerful in calming our anxiety, keeping us in the present moment, allowing us to observe our thoughts instead of getting wrapped up in them. So this is something you can actually do together. You can develop a routine where both of you come together for 10, 15 minutes a day. Maybe it's in the morning when you wake up or sometime in the evening. Do a meditation together. Get in the habit of doing this on a daily basis, and not only, again, is this a great bonding experience and growth experience, for your relationship, but again, it's one of the biggest destroyers of retroactive jealousy. Exercising and eating right. That's another great activity that not only helps fight RJ, but also helps you grow together as a couple. Go to the gym together, go outside and run together, go for walks together, stretch together, cook together, eat together. All of these things, again, are incredible methods for getting out of retroactive jealousy and developing a much stronger connection in your relationship as well. Again, just killing two birds with one stone at this point. You can also set some time aside and watch videos like this one, for instance. I have like 100 other videos on retroactive jealousy and relationships and jealousy and all that stuff. You can go through and watch some of those together, or watch videos on being mindful in the present moment. Eckhart Tolle is my favorite teacher when it comes to things like this, and he played a huge role in me overcoming retroactive jealousy when I was at my absolute worst.
Place your attention on the emotion. You feel it. It's unpleasant, but it's not going to kill you. You shine the light of awareness on it. The only way to get rid of it is to accept it as it is right now.
If you or your partner aren't familiar with Eckhart Tolle, please check him out on YouTube or read some of his books. They will be absolute game changers for you. Make this a plan of action and do these things every single day you can. Try not to skip any days. Once these activities become habits and daily routines, it's going to be very hard for retroactive jealousy to survive when you keep doing these wonderful, healthy practices together. So to bundle everything up, keep practicing patience with your partner, okay? Understand they are going through a lot of pain, but none of it has anything to do with you. You can support them in the best ways by practicing, a little tough love, not answering the questions they ask about your past, and creating certain boundaries, when it comes to their compulsive behaviors. But with that, you can also experience some fun together during this process. Start doing healthy activities together like meditation and exercise, and also start educating yourself on the subject a little more together as well. All of these things will be the key in unlocking freedom from retroactive jealousy in your partner and in your relationship. I can promise you that. If you like this video, everyone, I do ask that you help me get the word out to more people, and take 2 seconds and go ahead and smash the like button on this video. Also, feel free to leave a comment below. Even if you just want to say hi in the comments, or if you want to kind of tell your own story like that, I'll be sure to respond to you. This helps out the channel immensely, and allows it to keep growing again, so more retroactive jealousy sufferers are able to see it. So I would be forever, ever grateful if you were able to do that. And if you have not already, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you are alerted the next time I post a new video. And also, one last thing, if you'd like to get your partner a jump start on overcoming retroactive jealousy, please check out the links in the description below to my 7-day Retroactive Jealousy Road to Freedom Accelerator course, as well as my personal one-on-one WhatsApp retroactive jealousy coaching program. I only allow a certain number of spots each month, and it always fills up very quickly. So if you are considering any of that, I would sit down, have a talk with your partner, and see if you're on the same page and sign up for that as soon as you can. So thank you once again for watching today. Good luck in this fight together. I know you are absolutely able to help your partner smash this thing. And again, your relationship will be so much stronger because of it. So see you in the next video.